Thank you for joining us. This is Glasgow 2024 presents Meet the Author. Today, we're happy to talk to C.L. Schneider. All right, so I am here with C.L. Schneider. She's the author of the Nightfire series and the Crown of Stone series and a bunch of companion novels and novellas and short stories. And I love her work. I first discovered her through the SPFBO maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I fell in love with her work. So I'm really excited to talk to you today. So, CL.
Yes.
Where are you based?
I am in the Hudson Valley in New York. It's about 90 minutes north of Manhattan, right on the Hudson River. There's lots of mountains. It's a great place to be in the fall. We get a lot of leaf watchers in the area. And we are right along the Hudson Valley Rail Trail, which runs quite a ways where you can bike and walk, and it's just a beautiful area.
And you're in Highland, right? So that's where that bridge is that you can walk across the Hudson?
Yes, the walkway. Absolutely. In fact, I have an event there in a couple of weeks. Every year they do a May Fest. In the fall, they do an Oktoberfest. And it's stretched all along the walkway with vendors and food and all sorts of things to do. So I do it every spring and every fall.
Glasgow 2024, the World Con is going to be in Glasgow. That's why they call it Glasgow 2024, oddly enough. And have you ever been to Scotland, and what is your experience or your impression?
I have not. I've been to Ireland. I have not been to Scotland. I would absolutely love to go. It's very high on my list. My oldest son went in for a school trip his junior year of high school, and they did. Yeah, they were Scotland, Ireland, Paris. I mean, they just, they hit. He was gone like 2 weeks. I'm so jealous.
I know. Wow.
But no, Scotland is really high on my list. I will get there someday. Well, I'm going to sit in a pub and listen to everyone talk. Just want to hear all
August 2024 is a good time.
So I will keep that in mind. Absolutely.
So join us for WorldCon. Okay, so now's your time to sell me your book. I want your elevator pitch in 2 handfuls of words.
Okay.
So whatever, so 10 words or less, can you do it?
I think I can. I'm going to pitch my urban fantasy series, Nightfire. Nightfire is an action-packed supernatural murder mystery with shapeshifters, dragons, and parallel worlds.
All right. I didn't count them off, but I'll take it. I guess I'm going to guess that's about 10.
Okay. I've had a lot of practice with that at events when people come to my table. That's kind of like my, my first spiel for them. So
yeah. Now I'm going to throw you a curveball, and can you do the first Crown of Stones book?
Absolutely, I can. The Crown of Stones is about a man born with an addiction to magic, living in a world where magic is reviled and its users are enslaved.
Cool.
Lots of practice.
Yeah. There you go.
Drawing a complete blank every once in a while when someone stops at my table. I'm just like, this is my book.
Yeah. I think I wrote this.
Yeah, it happens.
Maybe. Okay, now tell me your favorite ice cream flavor.
Fish food by Ben and Jerry's.
Fish food? What is that?
It's chocolate ice cream with marshmallow and caramel and little chocolate fishes. And it is like a ridiculous amount of fat in one container. And yes, I have eaten an entire one.
Well, Ben and Jerry's are small. Come on.
Yes, they are. They are. Yes. But it's absolutely delicious.
Who is your main character? And it could be main character in your book, in your life. That's up to you.
Well, my main characters are like in my books are like the main characters of my life half the time is what I feel like. I would go with, again, I'll go with Dahlia. She is a half dragon shapeshifter from a parallel world ruled by dragons. She is empathic and she can also wield fire. and she was an assassin for the Dragon Queen. She fell out of favor and was slated for execution. To escape, she slipped through basically like a portal to a parallel world, and she chose ours because she's half human, so she could blend with us. So for the past almost 100 years, she's been moving from place to place, protecting humanity from all the things that live in the shadows, which is basically all the creatures from the other parallel worlds that have slipped in to wreak havoc.
Okay. Here's a controversial question for you. Star Trek or
Okay.
Star Wars?
All right, Star Trek. Absolutely.
Why?
Yeah, I like Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but I'm a Trekkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to add to that? What's your
I
favorite Trek show? What's your favorite Trek property?
I have loved Picard this past season. It was phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. Strange New Worlds is wonderful. Other than that, I have loved them all, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met a bad Star Trek show. I mean, I like them all. I really do. They just appeal to me for different reasons. But I
They
mean,
do.
I watched the original, when I was little, and all the way through. So
Now, have you ever attended Worldcon before?
I have not. I have not. I've been to Comic-Con in San Diego several years back with my friends, and I go to a lot of local ones. But I have not,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, been to Worldcon. I'm sure it's wonderful, though. I have no doubt.
What inspires you to write?
Mm. Um, I love to tell a good story. I love to create worlds. Just the possibilities that of all the different things and all the different races and all the different species and that could possibly exist. I want to create those.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it. I just there's endless possibilities in fantasy,
Mhm.
and you can make whatever world you want. It's a hard question to answer because I've just always wanted. I've always wanted to write and have been writing since I was a child. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily one particular thing. Like I can't say, the mountains or the this or the that. It's just always, it's just something
So
within me
so
that
your inspiration is always coming from inside you. It's just something
yeah,
that
yeah. Other than that, I would say my characters. But that also comes from inside me,
yeah.
because generally I create my characters first
Mhm.
and I get to know them. And once as I get to know them, and I understand their strengths and their weaknesses and their hopes and their dreams, and the stories always kind of evolve from them. I
Mhm.
usually don't start with a story idea. I almost always start with a character.
This is a follow-up question to that. Do you tend to do your world building as you go, or do you world build before you really like start fleshing out a story?
A little of both. With the character, I obviously need to find out where they live and where they're coming from and how that environment might have shaped them. But it definitely leads to a lot more as I go along.
Awesome. Okay. So now, favorite band or type of music. So,
That's a little hard. I have quite a few, as most people probably do. I tend to gravitate a lot of times toward loud, angry music. It's just I really liked a lot of drums, um, metal, hard rock, things like that, hard alternative. I would say right this second, if you asked me to put on a song, I would say I really like Evanescence.
mhm.
I love their music. I listened to a lot of Matchbox 20 when I was writing The Crown of Stones. Some
Uh-huh.
of their songs, very emotional, very, and I feel like Ian's a very emotional character.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting how sometimes music can really sort of set the stage for a particular character, a particular story, and
yes,
that's sort of like mood music for when you're writing a particular thing.
yes.
So, and the last question, number 10, is what are you writing now, or what's next for you?
My next release is called Fortune's Favorite. It is the second book in a series which takes place after my epic trilogy, The Crown of Stones. It's a series of like continuing adventures, two of the main characters as they leave home and explore uncharted waters. And of course, get into trouble at every stop they make. It, wouldn't be a story without it. So that's my next release. I'm working on edits for that now. I'm also working on a prequel story for one of those characters. And I'm working on what will probably be a novella called Rise, which is a supernatural, witchy, vengeful spirit kind of story. And I'm going to tell that in 3 parts, 3 different time periods, 3 different women. So
Neat.
yeah, it should be
Okay.
interesting.
That sounds really cool. All right. Well, that has been C.L. Schneider, everybody. So we thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Find more Meet the Author interviews on the Glasgow 2024 YouTube channel, along with the Indie Author Reading Library and recordings of previous Glasgow 2024 Presents panels. Find us at glasgow2024.org and as Glasgow in 2024 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Buy cool merch at http://redbubble.com/people/Glasgow2024/shop. And join in by emailing volunteers@glasgow2024.org.